Welcome back.
Hello. So, Yuey isn't dead, right? Like, just the video's off, right? So he's still here. He's still part of the body.
Yeah,
So,
sorry about that.
so you were just doing a super quick recap on Ludum, Oceanhand. I don't know if you want to recover that and just catch up Adair and Yuey about like who this person is and that kind of stuff.
So he was our old quartermaster on the ship, the Kynos. We had caught wind of him being around, and we were looking for him, and we ran into someone who he owed money to, two dwarves in another town, just on our way to Repertum. And after a little bit of interrogation, we found out that they cut off his hand as part to pay off a debt or something along those lines. And so we took care of them, and then we came to look for Lidum.
Okay. So you've just seen Ludum in the brass tank. It's been many moons since you've seen him. Obviously, this is the first time for Adair and Yuey, right? Like, you're like, who the hell? You know, obviously they just caught you up, but it's like new people not met before. So what do you want to do? He's not seen you guys.
I want to come in there with like a old inside joke that like our like crew might have known.
Yeah, with the bottle of rum.
With a bottle of rum, that's their bottle of rum. Be like something like, how many times did I have to tell you to get off my poop deck, or something weird like that? You know,
Okay, we'll go for it.
I can't do the voice like for Russian. Seriously. How many times do I have to tell you to get off my poop deck?
Cool. Well, you go over to him, and as you say that, like, he like twists around at super fast speed, and he looks at you and he goes, "Breaker, fucking hell, mate!" And he like stands up and he like holds out his hand, and he sees Elias there as well.
Like hand catch.
Yeah.
You like the hand catch. And he sees Elias as well. He's like, "Elias, fucking hell, mate, you alright?" And he goes over and holds forth his hand as well.
Yeah, we do the full arm grip thing.
So with this, you see the other individuals that are sitting at the table with him. Again, you recognize, well, most of them. You see Ulmor the dwarf, your old helmsman. You see Vansaran and Rendalar, the half-elves, who are sailors on your ship. And you also see Varatan and Flinner, who are elves, who are also part of your crew. So basically, your full crew is kind of sitting at this table, and they all stand up with a start, and there's like excitement in the air. There's drink all around. They're like shaking hands. They're embracing. They're hugging, exchanging, greetings as well. And of course, Ludum turns to Adair and Yuey, and he's like, "So then, who the hell are these lot?"
Yeah, I'll introduce him. Adair and Yuey, this is Ludum and a rattle of all the other names. These
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Good to meet you. So clearly you're friends.
Yeah, we've been through a bit together.
Yeah.
Right. You trust him.
Yes.
Right. Well, if you trust him, I trust him. Come, let's have a drink. And
Hey.
with that, he produces much booze, and you kind of sit down at the table together. So Ludum leans into you, Elias, and he says, "Well then, give us an update, mate. Where you been?"
Unfortunately, we've been mired in the political situation around here. But how about you? We've been trying to track you down.
Well, it's a long story, but as you can see, I'm kind of missing a part of my body. We've been on a bit of an adventure, the crew and I. We managed to commandeer us a vehicle, which has now been commandeered back from us. We went, you're probably familiar with it.
You're talking about the Kynos.
Indeed. The
That's
journey of the Ouroboros. We were trying to follow it.
Sorry, what was that?
The journey of the Ouroboros. We were trying to follow it.
Why were you trying to follow that old sea tail shanty?
He looks really, as you ask that question, he looks kind of nervous. Kind of looks around furtively, and he's like, "Look, mate, can't go into it right now, okay? I'll tell you everything. Suffice to say, that's what we are doing."
So who's commandeered it back? Repertum?
That fucker, the Red Drake.
Fuck that guy. Where is he? On the ship?
Well, he's about in the city. Don't know where he is right now, but Kynos is moored outside it.
So what's the plan?
Fuck knows, mate. Them lot are too dangerous for us. They're masked fuckers.
While
I guess-
these two are yapping, Breakers, that's telling the rest of the crew about the basilisk. He's like, come see outside, come look at this fucker.
Cool. So
So
you all see
basically
that
I wanna
Breaker leading them out, like,
yeah,
"Hey."
I wanna get cause a ruckus so that we can kind of boost this thing's value a bit.
Go for
Okay.
it.
Embellish on the tail.
Okay, so-
Is Yuey still ashen?
Oh, God.
So I think he went back to normal color, but now when he sees what Break is doing, he's he's adding that color back.
Okay, cool. So you're creating a storm around this basilisk, right? So you're like drawing
Yeah.
all the lads.
Yeah,
Outside
I
the pub.
I cut the head off. Actually, I was like, wait, just wait right here. I'm gonna go get it and then bring it back in.
So you haul that smelly basilisk head in, and they're all like, "Why!" like clapping and like, "Yeah!" like slamming their tankards on the table and like taking drinks and like touching the head, like touching
Yeah,
the skin.
making jokes at it, kind of thing. With it.
And they're like asking if they can have teeth as well. They're like want bits of their head.
It's got plenty of kids to go around.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you're trying to make a ruckus around this thing so that like the guy buys it, right?
Yeah, at a inflated rate, or we find another buyer or something like that.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so there's a big ruckus around this now. You do see that that he does look relatively interested.
And
It's kind of piqued his interest.
and then we try to compare it to like the other monsters on the wall, and like like rate them like no, that one's a piece of shit. This one is much better, kind of thing. Like, this one would have killed that one, kind of thing, just to kind of boost it up a bit.
Okay, well, what is so Yuey and Adair, you're adding to this ruckus as well, right?
Yeah.
I suppose this is going to tie into like their fame and like your moonbeam and how you guys are helping out. Yeah, retelling the story, and so we get kind of bring you guys into the fold a bit.
Like retelling the tale of like how you try to unstone somebody and then you ended up like burning the stone and like moonbeaming, and like Adair was like, sorry, you was like trying to shoot this thing with his magic and like hitting the stone behind it and like telling all of like the stories and stuff, and then he almost got turned to stone and like all of this stuff going on, right?
Yeah, and Adair was like planning on moonbeaming Yuey, and he was like, no.
I'm
Like,
assuming
please
all
don't-
these
please don't
people
talk
are
about-
okay with us using magic, just by the way.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Well, everybody's kind of drunk. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Before I tell the story, all we have to get cool about something real quick.
No one's gonna throw us in prison again. Down a well.
Okay, so at this, Aris does come over. He's like, got a bit more of a spring in his step, because he can see like the interest this is causing, right? Which presumably would bring more patrons to his fine establishment. So, with this, he comes over to you and he's got a pouch and Break. He goes up to you specifically. He like taps you on the shoulder, and he hands you this pouch and he says, "Will 100 be enough?"
Aye. Grabs the pouch and swings it to Elias.
And an extra bottle of Something more rum.
Okay, well, as you said that, he says, quite. And he goes over and he gets you an extra bottle of rum.
Ah, there you go.
Cool.
Okay, cool. So that deal's done. He's gonna get this large creature's head when the night is finished.
There's
Can we help?
There's no
Yeah.
imperative to move the body now, is there? That's also his problem.
Body comes with it. Whoa.
Leave it outside his place. Stink up the place.
So Elias, is there anything that you'd like to talk about with Ludum? Because you've got him on hand now, right?
Yeah. So Ludum, we've got some friends in the city who need to get out discreetly. I think they might be able to help us get the Kynos back, and then we'll use it as our way out of here. What do you think?
Look, mate, who exactly are these friends? We've got friends too.
And I lower my voice. Does the phrase green and blue mean anything to you?
Give me 1 second. Green and blue, you say? Yeah, it does, mate. I think you and I might be on the same team.
Just like the old days.
Exactly, mate. What are you thinking, Elias?
We need to get the Kynos back. We need to sneak on board, take it, sail it out before the Red Drake knows what's going on. We'll do it
Right,
while he's
well-
not on the ship.
Exactly. We best be quick about it. Because
Any
at this
idea
time
how
of
long-
night, right? It's like night has fallen now, and there's just these two individuals out the front of the boat.
Yeah. Any idea how long he's planning to stay in the city?
Well, mate, to be perfectly honest, I have no fucking idea.
So best act quickly.
Right.
Okay. We need to have a team meeting. So, Breaker, Adair, Yuey, gather around.
So if you just have a quick look on Roll20 as well, there's an image of kind of what type of ship it is as well. It's what's known as a Gloria class merchant ship.
Cool.
Is there enough
What a
space
beaut.
on it?
Sorry, go on.
Is there enough space on it for this crew and the hunters?
It's a good question. So normally it's a crew of 6, but remember that you've got quite a substantial cargo hold, as you can see below the ship,
Yeah.
which can transport people. So I can actually give you the stats on this particular type of ship. So Gloria class merchant ship, it can hold about 50 tons of cargo. So it's a lot. I mean, it can easily hold
Pretty-
enough people, right? Yeah.
It's a lot of bodies.
It's a lot of dead basilisks.
So what I'm thinking is that the hunters might know a way to, like, through the sewers to the water level, and then we just sort of like swim over to it and climb up.
That's the way we went in. Remember there was that open grate?
Yeah.
So maybe we can just lead them out to the ocean and wade through the water and let down a ladder or something.
Yeah.
Is the eventual idea to get them to fight our fight for us?
To the hunters.
Big pardon?
To
To
the
fight-
hunters.
Yeah, fight for us against that half giant thing.
You mean get them to fight the job that they gave us to do?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Do you think they would be up for it? Because I mean, now it's a bit different though, because he's actually said that he wants him dead, right?
Yeah, like our job was just to investigate or even to confirm.
Yeah.
that he was there, right? And now we know he's definitely there, and we know how many men he has, right?
Yeah, correct. But maybe we should make contact with the dwarf in case these guys have moved for whatever reason.
You
They
mean
probably
Rom?
Graham, yeah. Maybe the hunters need to stay here though as like an insurgent force, so they can't really go.
Yeah, that's more what I thought might happen, but this is a good thing to know as well.
We probably still need to relay information and get the scoop of what's going on.
Yeah, I think we should go and talk to Sparix.
Is it maybe a good idea to ask what's going on in the city? Don't know if your friend might know.
Yeah. Let's ask him.
So, what are you asking?
Knows anything about the bandages and or the orb?
Okay, so you're asking him first about the bandages. Doesn't seem to know anything about that. But when you ask him about the orb, again, he looks around rather furtively. Good thing you and I are on the same team.
Oh.
So, at this point, I'm assuming you're in a quiet area, right?
Yeah.
You're not like
Yeah,
in the
we
middle of
wouldn't
the
be.
pub or whatever. So he says, Sparrow sent us to follow the journey of the Orberus. The reason why is it should have led us to the Twilight Isle. We know, or at least we think, the Blood Orb originates here. We failed, however, couldn't find the isle.
We also had a
We have a coin from there.
yeah.
Yeah.
We have a Scathik coin, right, that we found in the sewers,
Mhm.
and there was a note about the red grape, right? And they
And the beard. You
And
have
the
the beard
beard,
still
yes.
alive.
And the sword as well.
And the
Yeah.
The sword which Adair really, really, really likes and doesn't want to let go.
I forgot that I didn't want
And
to
the-
mention the sword. Why
trident.
would I mention the sword? We don't want to give away the sword.
Okay, I think we should go meet with Sparix.
Okay. So remember that Sparrows was in that, obviously in the sewers, but in that cistern. That's where they were camping out, right?
Yeah.
So, how are you going to go about getting back into the sewers? You're going to go. You said you were going to go the same way that you came.
how did we get out? I can't remember.
It was near Grum's shop, wasn't it?
I don't think it was actually very near.
No,
I
it wasn't.
remember that we snuck like through the city to get to Grons from the exit of the sewer.
Yeah, it's If you have a look at Roll20, I've got a map of the city there. So remember that the entrance that you found was about here.
Mm-hmm.
So it was
Yeah.
up sort of this side here that you have the exit from, like the rear exit entrance from the sewers, into their sort of hideaway, basically.
Mm.
And yeah, you stealthed like across the city, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are we close to Grons right now?
You are about here.
Southgate.
And Grons was down by Southgate, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So sorry, why do you want to go to Grom's? What's your intent?
We were gonna maybe go there to find out where Sparix is now.
Okay, right,
But-
fair one.
I don't know. I think we should just go to the cistern. I don't know if Grum will be at his shop anyway. It's like nighttime now.
Yeah, let's just go sneak in.
Mm.
Yep.
I think we need to hurry so we can. Everything needs to happen tonight, I feel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Jeff, you've turned into a cat.
I know, I forgot to charge my phone
Oh no.
Yeah.
and it died. So just,
Yeah, mine's also saying the battery's low.
but I plugged the charger and I just didn't plug the phone into the charger.
Damn.
Okay. So, tell me your plan. So you're trying to get to, if we have a look at the city map, you're trying to get to that entrance that you left the sewers from. Is that correct?
Oh, Isn't
Yes, I think that'll be the
on-
best way to get in.
Senate Rock. That's closer to the glowy bits.
It is. And you're about here, so you just want to move incognito across the city.
Yeah, as much as
Yeah.
possible.
Unless we go to the first entrance, which is like closer. No, we might as well try and go through the way we came out of. Oh, is it my phone gone now?
You guys are just swapping.
Elias
Yeah.
and Breaker, you entered the sewer, right? From some location.
Just put mine on charge. I'll be right back.
Sure. Jeff, do you want to put yours on charge as well? Can you or not?
Yeah, it's all good.
Oh, cool, man.
Ready to go.
So, Yuey asks Breaker, like you entered the sewers from somewhere, right? Me and Adair, we were thrown down the well, but you guys entered the sewer somewhere. Is that close to where we are?
From the beach, yeah.
From the beach, would that be a good place to go?
Only
Yeah.
trouble is then we're gonna have to cross paths with those creatures again. Possibly.
Yeah.
Because they might have found some new hosts.
Sorry, I was busy on my phone, but where did we come out after dealing with
Senate
that?
Rock in the middle, sort of.
Yeah, it was
okay.
down here. If you look at the map where I'm pinging, it was approximately there. There's sort of a hidden entrance.
I vote we go backwards. Try and avoid a fight right now.
Okay, yeah, I think let's just try to get to the Senate Rock thing and hope to get lucky.
Okay. Okay. So you're just moving as you are now incognito, right? That's it. You're just moving through the streets just to get to there.
Oh, hang on. All our stuff is in the cart.
Yeah, I was wondering what to do about that basilisk.
We kind of
sold the
can't
head,
just... Say what?
We sold the head. The basilisk head.
Yeah, the head, but the body is still in the cart with all our stuff, our gear. I'm not too keen on leaving all that gear. Would we be able to put our armor and stuff on again and still cover up?
What kind of armor do you have, first of all?
Leather. At least I do.
Yes, same. Studded leather.
And Yuey?
Studded leather.
You would really struggle. It would be difficult to conceal armor underneath. I mean, you could drape a cloak over the outside, but you couldn't wear it underneath your clothes. I would basically, I'd make you give me stealth rolls essentially if you were trying to do that.
Let's attempt this. I put on everything and then attempt to sneak and see how it goes, and then we'll make a decision from there.
Okay.
So I forgot. So Breaker's got the street urchin background, so maybe he can lead us there without being found. Like take the back routes where people might not be patrolling, listen out for patrols, so we can just gear up and then hope for the best.
You held the party
and
last
someone
time, right?
finds us. Yeah, it totally worked.
Yeah.
I rolled really well.
Okay. We'll say that because of your familiarity with the city, and again, you're even more recently practiced with the skill because you did it so recently. We'll say that you can, as long as Breaker is leading, you can kind of sneak through the back alleyways. You can wear your armor. You can get through the back alleyways, and you can get to the secret entrance to the sewers and to the cistern. That's fine. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Then
That sounds great.
go Breaker. Lead the way.
Urban barbarian. Urbarian. Okay.
Librarian.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay. You are back in the cistern once again with its high vaulted ceilings that narrow to the many stone pillars above. There is a light from a small fire which dances off of the surface, and you can hear soft murmurs, the occasional chortle, and of course you can smell food. You see various figures congregated around the fire in the cistern. Weapons and armor lie all around. And you see Barracks, who, upon seeing you, approaches you in a pretty urgent manner. And he says, immediately, news, what of the fort? Speak.
And I say, Spags, we've come for your head. Then I tap him on the shoulder. I'm like, no, just kidding. But Fimbria wants yours.
So he looks perturbed at you. So you say that Fimbria wants his head?
Yeah, hired us to get it, in fact.
That bastard.
He's dug in quite well there. He's got a half giant.
What else did you find out?
Very, very low man count. There's only 4 of them, but they have a half giant.
Yeah, and we found a way into the fort. Down the mountain seems like the best option. He had a guest over while we were there, Elias.
Tell us more.
So,
Who is this
so
Elias?
Yuey speaks up and says, Valerius was a friend of mine at the college. When I received my powers, he was of great aid to me. But then he stabbed me in the back and had me thrown down these sewers. I do not know what he's playing at. I cannot be good.
It is well known that the academics are in league with the tyrant. More than likely, it's just self-preservation at this point. We've got a task for you,
Yeah.
but it's dangerous.
I
There's an
think we
individual called Ludum Oceanhand.
Mm-hmm.
He's been of great value to us.
Mm-hmm.
We sent him out a while ago on the journey of the Orberus to try and locate the Twilight Isle. Unfortunately, he was unsuccessful. The hunters can take care of Fimbria. We need you to get to the isle. We think there's an item there that could be of great benefit to us.
Something to stop the blood orb.
You say this out loud?
Yeah.
The blood orb. Who told you about that?
Yeah.
Yuey speaks up and says that I've read about it during my time at the academy. I recognized its ominous glow over the city tonight.
Indeed. Indeed. We think that's the source of their power. And it must be destroyed. Only with destroying the blood orb can we end the reign of this tyrant.
Adair speaks up and asks what the item is that could potentially stop the blood orb.
Myth. It is enshrined in myth that the hammer of Vasilius is enshrined at the Isle.
And
But it's nothing but a myth. It's the only hope we've got.
why was Ludum unsuccessful finding the Twilight Isle?
I have no idea. Just the expedition was a complete failure. They didn't get anywhere near the isle. Didn't find the isle at all.
They didn't have their captain.
They didn't have something that would lead the way. We have a trinket of some sort that had an inscription, didn't it?
Yeah. The Scatholic piece.
And the brass orb that finds the way.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That we almost sold.
I say, yeah, we tried very hard to sell it, but it didn't work.
That could
You also have a
lead.
book, remember, Elias?
Yeah, the book about the journey of the Ouroboros.
So what do you say to this? Do you accept? It may be very perilous, I have to say.
That sounds perfect. Sparix, fate works in mysterious ways. Ludum Oceanhand is my old quartermaster. Breaker and I sailed with that crew for a long time. And we met them not that long ago.
Well then, fate has truly smiled on us.
We were hoping to get your assistance in getting back the Kynos, my old ship.
Your ship is here in the city.
It is. I saw it. It's moored at the west dock. Is there?
How can we help?
When we found our way into the sewers, it was through a grate at like sea level. Do you know if there's something like that on the west dock that we could sneak through and swim over to the ship, climb on board?
Well, the waterline itself is far below the edge of the dock, but there are such sewers that we can lead you through and show you the way.
Yeah, if you could, that would be a great help.
What are you planning?
Tonight. Well, we want to do it tonight while the Red Drake is off the ship, and yeah, swim across us and the crew, make our way onto the ship. I was planning to smuggle you all out, but if you want to stay here, I mean, you've got the option if you want to sail out with us, we can drop you off anywhere.
A most kind offer, but our place is here. The movement is growing.
Okay.
We can send a scout with you to show you the way.
Yeah, that would be great.
What are your plans for Fimbria?
Well, what do you think?
If I could ask for one thing, find out if he knows anything about Hillway.
The village of Hillway.
Aye.
We'll find out what we can. Any information he knows, we will know. I can guarantee you that.
So Yuey just nods in appreciation to Sparix.
What of all the blinded ones?
This is a most disturbing turn of events. We think that the faceless one doesn't want to be looked upon, clearly. He's masked, and they've been taking people's eyes as punishment for various infractions. Blinding them. Stealing their sight from them. They get taken into the castle. we can sometimes hear screams, and they return blinded.
Let's be off.
Yeah. We need Ludum and the crew to come with us.
Would you be interested in a rotting basilisk body?
Yeah, Spag, anything you can do with this?
So, but the body is still back at the brass tankard, right?
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
leave left it there.
So Spags, we slew a basilisk yesterday, and we'd hate for it to go to waste. Is there anything you can do with it?
So he just looks at you and just shakes his head, and he turns his back to you and walks back to his group.
That poor
He doesn't seem interested.
tavern. I'm sure they'll
These are
do
the
something.
hunters. Their job is to hunt monsters. I think that they, relatively familiar with monster corpses.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Okay, so what is the plan? So you want to find a way through the sewers to get to the water's edge where your ship is docked.
Yeah.
Just
Then-
an extra note on, because this is going to kill us a little bit later. Someone's horse is still attached to that cart.
I think it's horse number 21, and as we've
Okay,
established, I don't care
bye,
about it.
horse.
Spags can have it.
Okay.
So yeah, we're gonna try to sneak onto the ship and then maybe deal with any guards, and commandeer the ship and then send word for Ludum to help aboard it again. Maybe we can
Okay,
try to do
cool.
it quiet and nasty.
Quiet and sneaky. So you get assigned one of the scouts from the hunters, and he very easily can lead you through the various nooks and crannies of the city, as Breaker can already do. But he shows you essentially an entrance. Again, if you look at Roll20, he shows you an entrance on the other side of the river, which about there, which re-enters the sewers, and he manages to lead you to basically about 20 feet away from where the Kynos is docked. And from that point, he basically, you're on your own, essentially.
That is great.
Well, we can also just send word for someone to send the horse back to the stables, and then we'll come pick it up later.
If
Like-
one of the hunters would be able to do that, that would be amazing.
I'm sure we could pay somebody.
So do you want to let the scout, the chap who's led you, do you want to let him know that, or do you want to let somebody else know that?
Or ask him if he would be prepared to get someone to do that for us.
Sure. So you just want him to go back and give word to Ludum and the others, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, this chap's happy to do that. No problem.
Cool.
So go over to Roll20.
Yeah.
So the exit from the sewer is by the right-hand dock, about 10 feet to the left of it. So do you want to drag your characters and chuck them on the map, please?
Mm-hmm. So it's to the left of the dock.
Yeah. But on the water's edge.
Yeah.
So the rightmost dock, so the one on the right, you're a little bit to the left.
okay.
The
Yeah.
right. On your right. There we go.
Yeah,
bit
I didn't
further.
see that one there.
By that big log, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So you're all about there. So tell me what the plan is here. So those two individuals that you saw, you can see them on the map there, by the other dock, right? They're just kind of standing there. They again dressed in the typical garb you've come to expect now, sort of with the faceless masks. So tell me what you'd like to do.
Where are they exactly?
Can I ping? Yep, there we are.
Okay, cool.
Can we swim past them?
Sorry,
I think if you're in the water, you're not going to really get on into the deck very easily.
I mean, yeah, you'd have to climb up, right? So it's not going to be an easy thing to do, but you know, you could try.
It is dark, so they wouldn't be able to see us. If you did it far enough away, you could probably. But we don't know what awaits us anyways inside the ship.
Okay. Sorry about that.
You're good.
Okay, so is there a way to climb up the ship from the port side?
So Breaker was just asking that. It's quite high above the water, so it'd be. I mean, you might be able to do it, but it would be a bit of a tricky climb.
I've got spider climb.
Oh yeah, of course you do. Yeah. How does that work again?
It's a very good question. I'm going there right now.
How about Yuey? What are you thinking?
I think Yuey is holding back, and he's waiting for Elias and Adair to form a data plan.
Otherwise,
So this doesn't necessarily need to be myself. I can touch one willing creature, gains the ability to move up and down and across vertical surfaces and upside down along ceilings while leaving its hands free. The target also gains a climbing speed equal to its walking speed.
Jeez.
It's lasts for an hour.
And sorry, you target one individual, right?
Yes. I have 3 spell slots available, so I could probably cast it 3 times.
We can also
we can
just need one person.
Yeah, because once we get up to the top, we can throw down a rope.
I see. Yeah, that sounds like the best plan, right? Someone's gonna be get some spidey senses and all that.
So when you, just to rewind ever so slightly, when you mentioned send word to Ludum, what did you actually send word about? Like, what did you want to tell them exactly? Just remind me.
Yes.
Please take care of our horses.
Basically, get close to the Kynos, but stay hidden. Because I figure if he's like close enough, then I can do a message spell to him, and we can like organize.
So this is actually relatively close to the brass tankard as well. Like you can, again, when you were at the brass tankard, you could see these guards, right? So it's probably like 100 feet down the docks.
Yeah, so I could probably send a message to him.
I got an idea. It's downhill, right?
What do you mean?
Oh no.
From the brass tanker down to the dock, right? It's not level.
It's kind of level. I know what you're thinking. But if you maneuvered up into the city and then across, then I could get back down to this area. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Basically, I'm looking to weaponize this basilisk corpse.
Yeah. Oh man, that's so cool. You could do it. You could totally do it but again, you'd have to move the cart back up into the city, then across, and then it would come back down towards this area here. So you could do it, but it would take a bit of time.
There's no way to steer the cart once it's in motion, right?
No.
Sacrificial.
Maybe like lean onto it.
Jeez. That sounds dangerous.
Ride it like a bull.
I'm just thinking we should use it as a distraction and then
Run?
jump these guys.
Oh, do you want to actually fight them? Can we not just run past them and then? How long would it take to?
It's not like getting into a car and
No,
starting.
no.
Anything. Hotwire the ship.
I can possibly put these guards to sleep. I got the sleep spell.
I've also got a charm spell. Could potentially charm them.
Yeah, I've also got charm person. Hideous laughter could help as well.
What? What is hideous laughter?
The creature of your choice that you can see within range perceives everything as hilariously funny and falls into fits of laughter if the spell affects it. They
That's
must,
awful.
they must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or fall prone, become incapacitated and unable to stand up for the duration, which is up to a minute.
Wow, that's awful.
So Yuey also has similar spells. So he's got one called Suggestion, which he could use to influence the mind of one of these individuals.
Okay.
Maybe we can like pose as people that are coming to load the ship on behalf of the Red Drake or something, because we do know that he is connected. He owns the ship now or whatever. So we can maybe use that intel to social engineer these guys.
I'm not too concerned about these two guards. I'm interested to see who's on the ship now.
On the ship.
So then maybe we need to get sneaky, get on there.
Yeah, I think Elias needs to have spider climb and then sneak onto the ship.
I'm also kind of leaning more towards that, to be honest.
And then I guess, Elias, if everything's clear, maybe you can message us, and then we just blast those fools. And then we take off.
But did you say blast these fools? I'm keen on that.
Okay, so talk me through this step by step. What are you doing first?
So Adair walks over to Elias and touches him on the shoulder, and can see some sort of little glow happen. And I imagine Elias starts feeling little hairs growing on his fingers.
Okay. I don't like this dreading magic.
Yeah, your hands get very.
And actually, yeah, at the same time, Yuey also puts his hand on Elias's shoulder and casts guidance as well. So that will give you an extra bonus to your next ability check.
Awesome. That's great.
Double buffed.
Double buff.
Awesome. I'll use that for my stealth.
Okay. So what's next?
So now,
Cold water.
yeah, Elias is going to swim over to probably like after the ship, so up there,
Okay. Sure.
and just climb up there and just be all stealthy and roguish.
So when you're swimming, you're just swimming on the surface of the water, or are you trying to stay underneath the water as much as you can?
Yeah, like it's dark, but
Start,
I'll try to swim under the water the whole way.
Okay. In which case, give me a Constitution check, just for holding your breath.
Wouldn't it be athletics or something?
Oh, sorry,
Okay,
you're right.
yeah,
Yeah,
I think
give me
there's a
athletics.
skill
That's
set.
more appropriate. Yeah, athletics is better.
Can I choose when to use that bonus that Yuey put on, or is it just like is it the next?
Yes. Hold on. The spell says it can roll the die before or after making the ability check. So I assume that means you can.
Yeah,
so
you must.
I'll
Yeah,
just
you must,
athletics. If it sucks, then I'll use that bonus.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
What is the bonus? How much is it?
1d4.
Okay, cool. So here it goes.
What do you get?
Let me add the 1d4. I got an 8.
Okay.
Let me roll a 1d4. Fuck. Okay, I got a 9.
Okay, have you not got inspiration or anything that you can use? If you
Wait,
want to.
It
Why
was
did I
that
have
drink.
Okay, like
I don't do no cool stuff.
like you set off and you know that you're used to swimming, but you think it's maybe your fairy hands that are slowing you down in the water. So you're not going at the speed you thought you were going to go under the water, and you just have to come up for air.
or maybe the spider climb like hooked on like a piece of debris. And you can't get it off.
Try to shake it off.
So funny. Yeah, get it off me. It's so funny. So when you're on the surface of the water, maybe give me a stealth. At this point,
Okay.
you're still trying to be stealthy and not like make too
Yeah.
much noise as you come up for air, right?
Yeah. 16. Phew.
Okay.
Finally rolled.
It's nighttime. I guess it's.
Yeah, you're okay. So you managed to get around aft of the Kynos. It's fine.
Can we lurk by those boxes then?
Can we check what's in
The rest
them?
of us.
So just remember that you're not actually on the dock at this time. You're on the water's edge. So the sewer, enters onto the water's edge. So you're actually kind of like on the edge of the water. So
Oh, I
you're
see. Like,
underneath of where you are now, basically.
oh, okay.
Ah.
Like there.
Oh,
somewhere.
could we try to pass like behind the gods and just like carefully lift up onto the dock over here?
Sure, absolutely. That's no problem.
Don't do that.
Okay.
I'm not going to do that because I know I've got 2 left feet.
Yeah, look, if you'd like to do that, you feel free.
Anyway, it was more general. Like I thought we were up here. We'd have to go like up, like talk to them to get. Okay. I'm
Hey,
gonna
buddy,
let
how are
Elias
you?
do his thing.
So at this time, again, is there anything else that any of you want to do, or is it just Elias soloing this for the time being?
Should we go fetch the cart?
I-
Backup plans?
Break could probably want to move up a bit so that if anything was to go down, at least he would be right there in action. So just can he? What does it take? 10 or 20 on like a sneak just to kind of slowly move along there because it's probably going to take a while. So there's no hurry to sneak quickly.
Yeah, that's fine. Like if you're going to move, because remember that this
Shimmy
area is
across.
actually higher than where you are, right? Like you're down one level basically.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can all shimmy across like really slowly and carefully. That's absolutely fine. So at this time, Elias, you'd be aft of the Kynos, so you would have moved across to the rear of the ship.
Yeah. So I'm going to stealthily climb up and peek over the edge and see what
Sure.
I can see.
I mean, you've got dark vision, right? As
Yeah.
an elf,
Yeah.
so you can see pretty much perfectly. It seems pretty much quiet. Like you can't see anything,
Hmm.
and from the rear you can see into the cabin as well, and you can't see anybody in the actual cabin itself.
Hmm. Okay. Cool. So I'm gonna climb up and over the side,
Hmm.
and like I know this ship well, I'm gonna check the cargo hold as well. Just make sure that this ship's really empty.
So where are you moving to? Show me.
How do I get to the cargo hold?
So this area is actually open, and you can see down into the cargo hold.
Oh, okay. Cool. So I'll sneak over and glance inside.
Okay, so you glance down into the cargo hold. You can see cargo. Doesn't look like there's anything else remarkable in there.
Yeah. And there's no guard here at the end of the ramp.
No, there isn't. There's nobody on that pier.
Okay, cool. Okay, I'm gonna make my way to the front of the ship then.
Okay.
Uh,
So tell me how you're doing this, because at this point you're on a ship. You're on the same level, more or less, as the actual dock itself, right? Or a little bit higher.
yeah. So I'm gonna just keep low, like behind the side, behind the railing,
Hmm.
and then just like ease my way this way until I get to the front.
Okay.
and try and see if I can see Breaker and everyone.
Well, you can easily see these two guards. They look really tired, really lazy. They're kind of like leaning against the boxes. You can see that they're bored and very tired. So you're looking over the edge. You can see your comrades. Yeah, absolutely. If you look over the edge.
And then can I see where Ludum would be?
From where you are now, the brass tankard is this direction, along the dock, basically.
And the two guards, they're still there, the masked ones.
Yep, indeed they are.
I think.
So what are the rest of you doing at this time?
I think we might have to figure this out next time.
Yeah, this is a pretty good point to stop.
Yeah.
Cool. So, but just super quick, what is the plan going forward? Are you going to message Ludum?
Yeah,
right.
Ludum message.
Cool. And then obviously you're trying to nab the Kynos and take off with it, right?
Yeah, I'm thinking message Ludum and then try and cast sleep on the guards.
Okay. Cool. As Jeff says, really good point to leave it off. Really, really good point to leave it off. I think that was a really cool session, a bit of a cliffhanger. So, absolutely. Thank you very much all for tuning in, and see you next time.